Hello everyone, welcome to the Ozark Outpost. This is Global War 85, Operation Abrams, Soviet Global Command 9.3. Okay, I gotta go correct something real quick. I realized I made a planning mistake. Okay, got that corrected. So the first order of business will be tech. PGM, Advanced SLBM, Advanced ASF, and Advanced Airborne. Yes on PGM, no on everybody else. So PGM stage 1. Okay, next order of business is military aid and purchase. Going to spend 12 to send Warsaw Pact a pair of next-gen MBTs, and that's where the green chip will be, is for placement purposes. Then for themselves, 12 more on 2 next-gen MBTs for themselves, 12 more on a pair of medium bombers, the remaining 6 on 2 early gen MBTs and a paramilitary. Now combat. Okay, the Soviets are gonna make a couple of bold moves here. Well, we'll see. They're attacking Afghanistan. These guys from Eastern Iran, minus the 2 mechs, are staying behind. Everybody from Tehran is going into attack. And over here in Africa, they're going to make a play for Suez. Everybody in Sudan is attacking Suez. This SSN is coming over to shoot a cruise missile in there to support the attack. From M7 here, the cruiser is coming down to shoot a cruise missile to support the attack. And from the heavy aircraft cruiser, the fighter and attack bomber are going in to support the attack. And then up here in Europe, the strategic bomber and the backfire in Baltic states are firing 2 cruise missiles each, and the major air base there is firing a 5th 1-2 into East Germany in a surgical strike. So that's 5 cruise missiles with spy satellite. Surgical strike into East Germany, and there is a SAM there, so there will be a bit of missile defense. That's the combat. We'll just go ahead and do the surgical strike right here with the auxiliary tray. So the SAM gets 3 missile defense shots. 2 hits for sure. This one is cocked. Could be a 1, a 4, or a 9, so we better re-roll that. That's a miss. So 2 of the missiles were shot down. 3 of them get through. For 1 hit. 1 hit. With their target selection, they are going to choose. It wasn't a it wasn't a 1, so they can't hit any of the next gen MBTs. So they're going to target an MBT. Take that out. Okay, that's that. Now back around this way. All right, I better use battle board on these, so we will do Afghanistan first. Okay, here it is. The only first strike is the artillery for the Soviets shooting chemical. Now the Top Gun ASF is 8 instead of 7 in defense. And there it is. I moved everybody for the attacker down for their mountain penalty. So we have artillery shooting chemical. That misses. So now we're into regular. 2 fighters on air superiority. There is 1 air hit. Now we have 1 SAM and 2 SPAGs at 3 dice each. One, two, three, 4 air hits. And there are 4 air units for NATO. So the 1 air superiority hit by the fighter is going to become a general hit. And then the SAMs and SPAGs hit 4 air hits. Okay, now there's 4 MBTs at 3. Nothing. A next gen MBT at 5. Nothing. Attack chopper at 6 for 1 hit. So there's 2 general hits. Okay, defender. We got Top Gun ASF. There's an air hit. Now we got 2 fighters on air superiority. They miss. 2 airborne at 2. There is 1 general hit. 2 light infantry. Nothing. Attack chopper. There is a 2nd general hit. Okay, so 4 air hits. Kill off the Top Gun, the 2 fighters, and the attack chopper. That's cleared. 1 air hit. The Soviets are going to take the air hit on their attack chopper. That clears that off. Now there are 2 general hits to be taken by the defender, which will be the 2 airborne. 2 general hits to be taken by the attacker, which will be the 2 SPAGs. Clear that off. Okay, artillery and Sam go to the box. He goes over there to his regular spot. And round 2. The Americans have 2 light infantry left defending. So here's 4 MBTs for nothing. 1 next gen MBT. That is a hit and 2 fighters. 2 more hits. So the Americans are done for. They defend. and they get 1 hit in return. But the Soviets, of course, will take on an MBT. So let's shift back over here, take the American roundel off. Soviet roundel on. And then 2 fighters awaiting non-combat movement. Okay, now we have the fight down here for Suez. Let me set that all up. Okay, here we go. Here's what it looks like. Field artillery for both sides will be shooting. Wait a minute. Do the Americans have chemical? No, the Americans do not have any chemical. So they're just regular on field artillery. Okay, so the Soviets, 2 field artillery shooting chemical. Nothing. Okay, now, see, the Americans had to decide the Americans are going to go all air defense with their SAM. So here's the 2 cruise missiles unimpeded. Those both miss. Okay, now for the Americans. A SPAG and a SAM. Nothing. Field artillery. There is 1 first strike hit by the field artillery. So the Soviets will take the hit on 1 of their field artillery. Okay, now we go with the rest of it. So we got 6 fighters for the Soviets. 3, 4, 5, 6. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. The U.S. just has 3 air units. So there's 3 air hits. And then 2 general hits. Yeah. Okay, now there's 2 light infantry at 1. Miss. There is a SAM. Nothing. 2 MBTs. Nothing. 2 attack bombers. For 2 more hits takes this up to 4. Okay, defenders. We have 3 fighters. There's 2 air hits. 2 air hits. Okay, now there is paramilitary, miss, 2 light infantry for 1 general hit, and 3 mechs for another general hit. Okay, 3 air hits by the Soviets killed the American fighters. 2 air hits by the Americans in defense. The Soviets decide to kill 2 of their land fighters. That clears that off. 4 general hits by the attacker. Well, that'll be SAM, SPAG, and field artillery and paramilitary. 2 general hits by the defender. They will do those on field artillery and SAM. Clear that off. Okay, these guys go over here. And they're going again. So 2 light infantry. Both miss. I can take those cruise missiles off. 2 MBTs. There is 1 hit. 3 4 fighters. 1 2 hits. Take that up to 3. And then 2 attack bombers. 4 1 more hit goes up to 4. Yay. 2 light infantry defend. Nothing. 3 mechs defend. 4 1 hit. Okay, 4 hits by the attacker leaves 1 mech in defense, and they kill a light infantry on the Soviet side. And we're going again. Let's do the attack bombers this time. There's 1 hit. Do the fighters just because. And there's 1 overkill. We'll call that good. So the mech defends for a miss. Okay, he's gone. Guess what? Suez is now in Soviet hands. That has some implications, as you know. It has quite a few implications. Let's get guys moved over here. So there's the capturing units, a light infantry and 2 MBTs. The air will be landing here. Let's see. 1. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it so I don't have to pick them up again. Since we're done with combat, we're just jumping right into a little bit of non-combat. The fighter goes back to the heavy aircraft cruiser. The attack bomber lands here. Attack bomber goes back to the heavy aircraft cruiser. Okay, now that is Soviets up 2 to 46, US down 2 to 51. That is a Soviet victory objective. So get that on there. Now, because the Soviets possess Suez, Israel signs a military pact with US Global. I'll make those changes off camera. But that is going to give +2 to the American income, so they are back up to 53. Possession of Suez and Mara Mara by the Warsaw Pact Alliance means a military pact with Warsaw Pact by Libya. So these guys will all get changed over off camera, and that's going to be a +2 to the Warsaw Pact income. So they're up to 28. And I think something with Pakistan too. I think they do a defense treaty because Pakistan signs a defense treaty of U.S. if Warsaw Pact Alliance possesses Afghanistan. Yep. So I don't have these guys on here yet because I didn't know if they were going to come into play. But this cooperation treaty here is going to change to a defense treaty. So I think that's all the implications of the Soviet victories. And now we can do non-combat. So these fighters fly back over here to Tehran. I already landed the air from Suez. The fleet here in M7 is just going to come down here to M8. So these guys go back on the task force card. Well, minus the 2 Warsaw Pact units that have to stay up there. Well, hell, I was going to include that airborne in the Suez attack and forgot about him. Oh well, these things happen. Yes, they certainly do. These things happen. So this MBT and Sam in Kenya move over here to Sudan. This airborne's just going to move up here to Sudan. No, never mind, just leave the airborne there for now. Leave him in Zaire. That's all the non-combat over there. Over here, the forces here in Western Ukraine, which is 3 MBTs, a SAM, an attack chopper, and a fighter, are moving 2 spaces over here to Western Poland. There they go. And the fleet that's in port at A14 is coming out of port, and they're going to move over there into A12. That's a cruiser, a destroyer, a frigate, and 2 diesel boats. And since they're not really accomplishing anything useful at the moment, the 2 fighters here in Murmansk, since that supercarrier is in port, are going to fly 1, 2, 3, 4. They are also going to be in Western Poland. And I think that'll be it for non-combat. Yeah. And I'll just leave this over here because I think just about all the units are going over here. So we are placing units. Okay. 2 medium bombers are going to the minor air base in Western Ukraine. Paramilitary goes into Baltic states. Then 2 next-gen MBTs and 2 early-gen MBTs go to the major army base in Western Ukraine. Now we will deliver aid. And the 2 next-gen MBTs are being delivered here to Western Poland, so we change that gray chip to a green. And that's that. So now we have to roll for aid to FEC. $11, that's maximum aid. Yeah, that's a 6. Okay, so the Soviets are at 46. Plus 46 plus 1, 2. 46 plus 2, 1 for Tehran, 1 for Suez, makes 48. Plus 4 for possessing Suez itself is 52. And I believe it's going to be 4. And 4 is 8 more. So what did I say? 52 plus 8 more would be for Shiraz in Nigeria. 8 more would make 60. Let's count that again to be sure. 46 plus 2 is 48. Plus 4 is 52. Plus 8 is 60. That gave the Soviet economy a little boost. So 60 there. Then they shot all of their cruise missiles. And they build, I keep forgetting, 1, 2, 3, 4. They're building 5 in this game. So cruise missile. They shot all of those. build 5. And then anti-ship missiles, I think, is +3. 1, 2, 3, 8, +4. Hasn't been a lot of call for Soviet. Well, there has been a lot of call for Soviet anti-ship missiles. Just that turn they didn't. Okay, there we go. Ozark Outpost. Over and out.